Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast, all the stuff that we did not get to during the course of the show today. I should have had Marty stay for the Aftercast. My wife just came in and brought me my antibiotic because I left it
she
today.
Had a headache, so
yeah,
it might be a little more difficult for her.
Yeah, she wouldn't be fun. She has a headache.
Did you want me to start on my...
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to start with Betty Rock's story because we talked about how we were going to discuss today Jimmy Kimmel after his suspension for things he said about the Charlie Kirk shooting, that we would talk about it because he got reinstated last night. And Betty Rock has been just chomping at the bit to get to this today.
Because I'm so political.
She loves being a pundit, and she is like, I am going off. Watch out, liberals. You are getting an earful.
Yeah.
So why don't you start? And I'll just kind of color in some of the gaps.
Can I say this? Are you going to do a story?
I might. Why?
Okay, because I feel like she should have to
segue into my story
afterwards.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just
keep your
because
opinions
if you're
to
going
yourself.
first.
Well, see, that's the problem we've been into with this whole Charlie Kirk thing is people telling each other to keep their opinions to themselves. So you've learned nothing, Rock.
What a segue.
All right, here we go. So the most anticipated monologue was last night with Jimmy Kimmel. He started by thanking supporters. He even thanked Ted Cruz, who is Republican.
Yeah.
He's a conservative, but he thanked him because he was all about free speech. And I think I said yesterday there was a letter that was written to ABC from A-list actors saying, you need to give Jimmy Kimmel freedom of speech. And it included Tom Hanks, Jennifer Aniston, Jason Bateman.
He has freedom of speech, people. I don't want to keep going over this, you ignorant Hollywood people.
Anyway, Kimmel, he went on to set the record straight by addressing the elephant in the room and getting emotional, too.
You understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't, ever.
I think two things can be true. Like you can't paint Jimmy Kimmel with one brush, just like I don't want to be painted with one brush. Yes, he can be a wild liberal, but he can still have emotions and concern for loss and things like that. So like him saying, yeah, I would not want anyone to be murdered. Like I believe that in him. But when he says, "Oh, I wasn't trying to, say anything bad about what," no, you were spreading a falsehood about the two parties. You were being divisive.
Gavin, can you pull up that audio? I think we played it yesterday of his original of what he had to say.
Yeah, like
of
he
what
was
Kimmel said on the
when
show.
He said the joke.
Yeah, that wasn't even funny. But yeah, he was not trying to not drive a wedge or not make a point, but that's what he views himself as paid to do, is to, speak from his perspective. And we all have that. I get paid to speak from my perspective as well, but then sometimes when those two things don't align, you can have consequences for the things that you say. I've had that happen to me multiple times in my career. I've been sued before for things I've said. I've been suspended before for things that I've said, like multiple times. And so it's just kind of what comes with the territory of being a public figure in a place where you share opinion,
He also praised Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, for forgiving Charlie's murderer.
That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus, as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply.
Yeah, and I think that was my whole point in a lot of this, is that when people are looking for ways to react to something and they're going to be angry, and I'm a staunch Republican, conservative, but I'm not like the person that is, Trump is the best thing ever and he does everything great and he never does anything wrong. Like, I understood like Trump's comments. We talked about this yesterday. I understand his comments about him saying, I hate my enemies. I hate them, and I get it. He's a business guy. That's the world you're in. And so it's that bravado. I understand that. But the point that I was making yesterday that you're seeing with Jimmy here is when those two things are held up in the same light, one of the responses to tragedy with forgiveness and love resonates. Even somebody who has been on the opposite side of that aisle from them, and it landed with him, which is good.
Well, I didn't know that Jimmy Kimmel was a Christian, or he made it sound like he was when he was like following the practices of Jesus, which I was kind of surprised by that he even would go that far into saying that. I think that's awesome. I think it's going to be interesting to see from here on out where this goes. Like, does he change anything about his jokes when he does his monologues at the beginning?
Yeah.
I don't know. One thing he did do towards the end, he had to take a hit at or have the last word with President Trump and the FCC. Jimmy Kimmel said Trump did his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I knew there was going to be a victory lap. Again, these are all things I said yesterday. And because I would have done the same thing. Like if it was me and I had been suspended and I came back on because theoretically people rallied and got you back on, but 25% of his stations aren't still carrying him. They forget to bring that point up.
But you said I would have done the same thing. But if you were in Jimmy Kimmel's shoes, would you also change a few things about going forward?
It's a tough call because when people stop doing what it was that made them great, that's when they go on the downfall.
But would you consider what he was doing great?
No, I didn't like his show. But for him, it's what made him. And so for him, you have to believe in what you do and you hold the course, and maybe you nuance some things or you change some things. Maybe you, like anything, learn from things. Because again, I've gotten in trouble before and I've learned from things and I've learned where the guardrails are and how to work inside of those guardrails.
But I think we can let our pride get in the way and sometimes not make a change that we know is for the good just because we want to prove a point or we want to win.
Or you believe that what you're doing is right. Like when I got brought out to LA to audition for a show when I was out of work. Okay. It was a big show on the radio out there, lots of money at stake. And the girl who was the lead on the show, super outspoken, talented and things like that. And so when I did not take the job because it was a train wreck, I knew it was going to implode. She was like, oh, they didn't offer you what you wanted, did they? And I said, no, they gave me everything I wanted. She's like, well, why are you not taking the job then? I said, because you're not going to survive this. They're bringing me in here to work with you, to change you, to try to save you in this job. And she says, well, I don't want to change. And I said, and that's why I'm not taking the job. And I'm not going to ask you to change. I'm just telling you, like, you're not going to survive this job. You will get fired soon if you don't make the changes. But I'm not going to tell you to because I respect your ability and your commitment to who you are. Mm-hmm. And so the worst thing I could do is try to change you. And 3 months later, she got fired. And so I'm so glad I didn't take that job. Mm-hmm. But like for me, as someone who has lived in this public eye and in opinion, yeah, would I change a lot of stuff? Probably not. I might self-evaluate and go, did I cross a line? Like, okay, this is a good example. This is a real good example because I don't think Jimmy crossed a line like morally. Like I think he presented bad information to drive a point and drive a wedge, and it's what people do. He didn't dance on the grave of this man being shot. He didn't cheer like some people did on their Instagrams of celebrating his death. Like, that's horrific and horrendous, and you should look at that. You better check yourself. Like, if I had done that, then I would check myself. If I got suspended because I said something I believed to be true, then I would be less likely to go, I need to change. You know,
I guess to me, maybe this is a woman's perspective, or maybe it's someone who likes to keep the peace. To me, I think Kimmel making that last jab about he forced millions of people to watch the show, that backfired.
Right.
I would be nervous to say that, because if it's true that his numbers have been tanking and they
Right.
weren't good to begin with, who's to say this isn't just the beginning of the end?
Oh, it could be. It
But
very
then,
well could
But
be.
then to me, like, what was the point in even saying that at all?
Because he had to win. Like he
Yes,
can't
yeah,
go on and be soft on this and not take a victory lap. He can't, like
Why not?
Because it's just the way that it works in this industry and in the media.
Why?
Why? Because if you feel that somebody took you out of your job erroneously and got you in essence fired or suspended, when you get to come back, which is very rare, because nine times out of 10, when you get canceled, you're done.
Yeah, I thought that was the end.
I did too.
Like whenever they did take him off.
Well, they said it was.
And so when he comes back, he has to for his constituents be like, yeah, we did it, and that's just human nature. Like, I get it. Like, I don't fault him for taking that shot at all. Now, once again, back to the whole freedom of speech thing. He's free to make that shot. Will there be consequences for it? He could have to face more consequences. If his ratings don't improve, he'll be right back where he was in this, or if he continues to poke the bear. Like, there's always stories about The View getting sued because they keep saying dumb things, and there will be a moment at which it becomes not financially responsible to your shareholders to keep a show like that in that keeps, destroying your revenue. And so if he keeps being a liability to the revenue stream, he'll be gone. Like, eventually. That's you always follow the money. In media, especially, that is the be all end all. That's what is the answer. The final answer in all this stuff is the money. It's a little different here, but let's say this. Like, let's say I was causing all these problems for them here. I'm not, because I'm a doll. But let's say hypothetically, if I were being challenging, but I was good at fundraising, that would buy me more grace and I would be able to stay longer. But if I'm a problem and I'm not a good fundraiser, guess who's gone tomorrow? This guy, And so sometimes people will put up with things from people because they might not like them, but they're really good at what they do. And they tolerate some of what comes with them. But if you're difficult,
the Polly principle.
Yeah, if you're difficult and not delivering, that's where those two worlds, when they intersect, that's when you get fired. So I didn't think he should have been taken off the air for what he said on that one. Stephen Colbert even made a joke about it. He was like, he played the clip and then he goes, "Wait, was that the clip? That was the clip? That's when he got taken off?" Like, when I first heard the headline, I thought Kimmel had said something horrific, like a lot of the other people had said. And so, this was just him spouting off and saying something that A, wasn't true, and B, wasn't funny or interesting. It was just more left propaganda stuff. So
it was inciting of I think tension too, which is like part of, I think, some of these liberal or conservative talk show leaning roles is to play into your crowd as well. Like, I do think that is partially like what you're supposed to do, but that one did feel tight on the tail end of Charlie's death.
But timing is everything. And I've told this to Betty before for years. Like, it's usually not the one thing that gets you in this business. It's usually a few things. And they're usually not one of them is giant. It's usually this happened, then this happened, and then this happened. And that's like where it grows legs on you. We always say it grows legs. And then that's when you get hit. I've had times like that here for sure, where one thing wasn't a big deal, but then just bad timing. Something else happened, and then there was something else happened, and I had to like navigate my way through some stuff. I mean, I've been here 19 years, and so I had some times in the past that, I was calling Betty going, I don't know if I'm going to make it on this one. This one might grow legs on us, Rock, because we're a team, right? And she's like, who's this?
Yeah, new number, who did?
Yeah, exactly.
Now my paycheck says who?
Yeah. All right. So there you go. It's one of those things that if you watch a lot of these things unfold, you could sit there and just eat popcorn and watch it and be like, what is going on? Or me personally, I'd rather eat like a full meal when there's a lot of drama, like at Olive Garden. Olive Garden right now has begun experimenting with a lighter portion. I went ahead and did it. She wasn't going to do it.
I figured.
Yeah, she wasn't going to do it.
I didn't know what his story was.
I know. But yeah, they've actually begun playing with lighter portions. And I thought they're going to like not charge you less. They're just going to be cheaper because they're in trouble. And they're at least giving you a smaller portion, but theoretically charging you less. Olive Garden has lost its mind. It is so expensive for mediocre food.
It is.
Yes. Like Olive Garden is not great
It's
food.
more nostalgic at this point.
Yeah.
Like I think back on like getting the endless breadsticks and all that.
I love the breadsticks.
And it's so delicious. But
Yeah.
then if I'm paying, I don't know,
$25 for chicken parm is lunacy.
I better be at Carrabba's for that number.
Yeah, and even Carrabba's. I mean, Carrabba's is better, but like, yeah, Olive Garden. It's funny because Chester, my wife's brother who passed away, hated Olive Garden.
Oh, really?
And my daughter is so funny because she knew he hated Olive Garden, but she would get to pick dinner for her birthday every year, and she would always pick Olive Garden just to make him mad. And I love that about her. She always knew the right joke. But yeah, so they are doing this now. They're saying they're hoping that it will kind of turn around the tide of this restaurant because they are not doing so great. Now, the smaller restaurants or the smaller portions, you can still get unlimited breadsticks, which is good. I didn't know this. They have 900 restaurants and 99,000 employees.
Wow. That's significant.
More than Red Lobster, am I right?
I know. And Red Lobster
98,000 more employees than Red Lobster.
And then you've got, Red Lobster, I think, has 98,996.
Well, we know
I think there were 4 the day we went in.
We know that they have a greeter and they have a barkeep.
Yeah.
We know that much.
One person cooking.
Because the barkeep was the guy that was our waiter because they didn't have enough waiters.
It was stellar. I showed up. I was the first one there. I'm like, let me go get this table real quick. And then I go in, very unbusy. There's
no one there.
And he's like, it'll be like a 25-minute wait, sir. Like, what? I can't see anyone in here.
Yeah, there's literally no one in here. Are you waiting for like the ovens to heat up?
And there were 5 of us. That's it. 5 people.
It was weird.
That was next level. I'll tell you, like another place I like, but I don't love, but it's in the Italian food is Fazoli's, like the fast food Italian.
Nobody likes Fazoli's.
I don't know anyone who's eaten there. Like,
really?
In the last decade.
There's
plus.
a reason. Yeah, it's kind of like a Captain D's. Like it's the Captain D's
it's like
of
fast
Italian.
food, isn't it? Fast food Italian?
It's fast food Italian.
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
Now, the breadsticks,
they're the
great.
best.
They're great, but it's so ridiculous that there is even a fast food Italian restaurant. It's weird.
Well, the thing is, fast food Italian, if you're making spaghetti and meatballs, it should be easy. It should be like the Blue Ridge barbecue guy. It's there. You already made it.
Season
Like,
of
bring
McDonald's,
it out.
man.
I know that guy.
That's such a good line.
I'll tell you this. I'm
Fazoli's.
playing around with something. We mentioned during the show AI songs. Somebody has challenged me to write a forgiveness song for the AI for the barbecue guy and the lipstick lady. And I sat down to work on it the other day, and I couldn't. I'm not
Your heart
there
just
yet.
wasn't in it
Not
yet.
there
Hasn't gotten you
It
there.
takes time.
Yeah.
You know, you can't push yourself
Yeah.
into
It's
it.
been what, like 7 years?
But do keep in mind that when you forgive them, in essence, you're healing yourself.
I know. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready for that yet. The hate keeps me warm in the winter.
Wait till the summer.
Yeah,
Keeps me-
It really does. And so, yeah. But yeah, like Fazoli's, their breadsticks were the reason I went there. I could get spaghetti and meatballs and be like, fine, it's whatever. But then they started getting stingy on the breadsticks. Like, you have to go up and ask for them, and then they'd give you 2, and you're like, Look, I'm buying spaghetti because I feel guilty. Technically, I should walk in here, get a cup of water, and just have you bringing me breadsticks. Like, I'd be fine with that. I would feel guilty if I do that. I always would buy a meal. I would try to find the cheapest meal because I didn't like the rest of it. But man, when those breadsticks would come out and you'd get the ones that were bent in half because they were soaked in butter. Oh, I'm so hungry right now.
We should do that for our next show lunch.
I know.
I think the
Fuzz
only
all
one that we
weeks.
have left is
Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro.
I've seen
so that
it,
one
yeah,
that
out there.
the one that you and Marty used to go to
Yeah.
that was close to Nashville, it's closed.
Done. Yeah.
Oh.
As
Yeah,
it
you
should
got to go
be.
to Murfreesboro. So that's the only one left that I know of.
Maybe for your birthday next year.
We should do that. I'm gonna start going to places that are
I'll
just
buy.
teetering on the brink of bankruptcy. Is gonna be all of my.
They're like, we keep staying alive
Yeah.
because of this.
Yeah, one time a
birthday.
year they come in. Yay, Huddle House is saved.
I've never eaten there.
Shoney's.
Shoney's would be good.
I ate at Shoney's
Burger
during
King.
college. Oh my gosh. When you're in college, you learn where all the deals are. And Shoney's used to have like an all-you-could-eat breakfast buffet and things like that. And so you got all these college kids that would just pack this place and try to bankrupt them, you know? So yeah, I could definitely do Shoney's. That'd be a good birthday place. Speaking of birthdays.
Look at that.
Nicely
have any?
done.
Yes, I do. Brody. Brody is celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Brody to the max.
Roadster.
Happy belated birthday. Said funny and would probably be best friends with Wally.
Oh, he's smart too. I like that.
His question is, Wally, if you had a second daughter, what would happen if she's best friends with Hayden and her name is hypothetical Hannah? So let's say Hayden is not your son.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say he's just a boy that goes to her high school.
Right.
But you've got Haley,
Yeah.
your real
Who's
daughter.
an angel.
And then you've got hypothetical Hannah. She's still in high school, maybe her senior year.
She gets locked up. She gets locked in the
She
house.
gets locked up because she wants to go to prom with Hayden.
Yep. No.
Ouch, really?
Why?
Yeah,
He
there's no
comes.
way.
Wait a minute. He's coming to your house.
Yeah.
He's got blue hair. Yeah. Maybe he's got a hermit crab on a leash.
Yep.
You know, in his hand. I'm not sure. But you're still going to lock her up and
Oh,
say no?
absolutely. Yeah. This is for your own good. This is why we're not parenting enough these days.
So you don't trust in your own ability, your own parenting ability enough to believe that she'll make the right decision.
No, because I watched 90 Day Fiance, and I'm watching a girl move
He's
to
an American
Aruba
citizen.
who's 26 years old, is throwing away her life. They don't even have hot water in the place she's moving to. And she's like, I'm doing it for love. Oh, and he cheated on me. But we're worked past that because girls get so enamored with the thing that, well, the problem is the thing they can't have. That's where you got to be careful. But they will get so enamored with either the bad guy or the project guy. Like,
Which one is Hayden?
oh, he's a project
He's a
guy. He's not.
big
There's no
project.
way he could be a tough guy.
What if he was a successful hermit crab salesman?
Yeah.
Like, what if he was all those things, but the hermit crab business was actually
Okay,
successful?
I'm watching another television show called Welcome to Plathville, where the
You
kid.
need to watch other shows.
No, I don't. The kid that's marrying, like, it's a family of, like, they used to be, like, uber religious, and, like, their whole lives they're all just falling off the wagon. But, like, the one girl who is super still in her faith is getting married to a guy that the brothers don't like, and because he's kind of effeminate. But, like, it was really weird. This was a weird thing. Like, they're saving their first kiss for their wedding day. And the brothers are making fun of him for this. And they're questioning his masculinity and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I'm like, if I was this kid, but the kid didn't know how to fight back. So if I was this kid, I would have been like, so wait a second. As your brother, you're more upset that I'm respecting your sister and you would rather see me be this horrible, handsy person with her?
Yeah.
Like, that's on you. What is wrong with you? But he doesn't have the backbone to stand up to them, and they're just running over him, you know? And so...
Classic Hayden behavior.
Exactly. And so this girl on this show is marrying Hayden, basically.
Oh.
And they all tried to tell her of the warning signs and things like that, but she's
Now-
all in.
What if hypothetical Hannah is like, Daddy, you don't understand. If you lock me up, I will run away.
No. I still got Haley.
And then Haley calls you and she's like, Daddy, listen, I know my sister is being crazy, but you should just let loose the reins a little bit. Let her go.
No. Because I need you both to actually turn out okay, you know? And so, like, with Haley, I don't, as an 8, I have to, like, watch myself writing people off because I'm really, really
Like you did your hypothetical son.
Oh, 100%.
He deserved it.
But like I can do that in real life with people. I can take something that is a blip and really ultimately not that big of a deal, and I can make it into a all or nothing situation.
Like
and
barbecue guy and lipstick lady.
But I have to watch that. I have to watch that in my life with people I love and be like, okay, like don't jump to DEFCON 1. You know, this is not that kind of situation, and it's like they didn't do this to purposely offend you or whatever. But like I can be upset with Haley sometimes, and I love this girl to death. But my mind can be like I can be very tough love too. Like fine, well then I'm not going to your wedding or whatever. You know, like
Is that ever a threat? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
no, but
I'll pull the funding.
like I have those moments.
Daddy!
Yeah, I do have those moments in my head that I have to legitimately
That is
guard
your
against.
angel baby.
I know, but I don't take well to like entitlement or threats, things like that. Like if you're gonna do that with me, boo, worst way to connect with me, even if you're somebody I love dearly.
Dude, this isn't a McDonald's.
Yeah, that guy. That's why I can't write that song yet.
I'm hoping that he's a Christian and that he has made it to heaven. Okay, he will.
Yeah.
And that,
Okay. We both hope he's dead. Nice.
No, that he will make it to heaven,
Okay.
and that Jesus will say, "I have the spot picked out just for you, Wally.
Yeah.
It's right over here.
You're walking up to it.
Yep, and he smells something.
good.
I do love barbecue.
Barbecue.
You look in the front yard.
This is gonna be great. I'm next to Guy Fieri, or I'm next to like
There's the barbecue guy.
the guy that owns Witt's Barbecue. This would be great. Oh no, not
and
this
he just
guy.
looks at you and he's like, "Nah." eh.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
would.
welcome to McDonald's, bro.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
Do you think all your enemies you won't be enemies with anymore? Like
In
you'll
heaven.
forget it all?
You can't.
Yeah,
Because you won't have hate in heaven.
Yeah, you have to.
Theoretically.
Everything's gonna be fine. That's what they sell us on. But
Said like a true eight.
Sounds like someone is like, I'm here to change things.
Well, I mean, it is funny though too, because you have heaven's a thing that we can't fully understand based on our earthly minds. But yeah, can you imagine? You say you had a parent that you hated your entire life, but you're both saved, and you get there, and then the concept of everything being okay between you instantly. Like, how great is that? I mean, when you think about it, and that all that tension, when you got nervous about seeing that person, it's gone, and all you do is love them and they love you, like it was supposed to be.
Which is what
here.
Jesus dying on the cross like forgave our sins. Like, and the verse does say that like our sins are like as far as the east is. I don't know,
East is from the west.
Yeah, like it's beyond. Like for God, like forgiveness means it literally doesn't
done.
exist. It's completely done. But we as human beings, we are the grudge holders.
No, I mean to be able to live. Can you imagine the peace of that?
Oh, yeah.
And how that feels, or like maybe you were married to somebody and you had a bad divorce. You're both believers. You had a bad divorce, and you dread running into them in public. But then in heaven, it's all okay. Like everything is instantly forgiven. Like I have a feeling that that's how it has to work. It's not like you have to work through it.
Or like Cain and Abel.
Yeah, I mean
when they both
seriously.
show up.
Yeah,
They're like, ooh, this is awkward.
Yeah,
Because they're the only two guys that are there.
Yeah,
at one point.
Yeah, really. That's true. Yeah,
What are
like
you
where's
doing
everybody else? I didn't think you'd be here. Oh, that's really
What
funny.
are we gonna do here until Seth dies?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. There's some things about heaven that I will be fascinated to
because
see.
it does feel like there is a lot of heaven rhetoric that's all us.
Yeah.
Like it's all what we say. It's all what we use as a coping mechanism for all these things instead of truly knowing what it's going to be.
Oh yeah. And like, will you have regret in heaven? Will there be a day? Because they talk about the time of judgment, the day of judgment, and things like that. So will that be a moment where you regret the things that you should have done, could have done, people you should have talked to? But then after that, it's like, okay, so then does all of that get zapped from your mind, Men in Black style, and like you don't remember that anymore, and now everything's fine? Like,
I don't know.
that would be pretty crazy too.
Or
Because
when
then
we think
anything
about-
you do
yeah.
here really wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, if it's going to get wiped out from my memory one day, it's like it didn't even happen,
I don't know.
It's all intriguing.
Yeah. So
Just enjoy life while we have it now.
all right. Well, we're going to leave you to ponder that
Yes.
on your own. No solution to that whatsoever. But as always, thank you for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.